So today I'm going to teach you how to remove the need for motivation or willpower, whatever phrase you want to use for it, okay? By using a technique called environment hacking. Hey, I'm Alex Hall, DNA fat loss coach, and before we dive into the video, do make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying seeing the content and you want to see more of it. Do go ahead and drop me a like, I would really appreciate that. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know any future videos you want to see, just comment them below. I'll do my best to get around to them. So, how can we remove the need for motivation or willpower, whatever word that you want to use from it? And what on earth is environment hacking? Let's start off with taking a step back and thinking about the times when we require or we use, in quotations, when we use willpower or motivation, okay? Because some people look at it this way, they say, motivation and willpower are finite resources, okay, so they run out. Whether we go into each day or each week with a finite amount of willpower or motivation, and every time we, let's say, turn down a piece of cake or bag of crisps or something, we use up some of that motivation or we use up some of that willpower, okay? I think that's quite a useful way to think about it, and that helps tie into the solution, environment hacking, that we're going to get onto very shortly. Okay, so let's picture the scene, right? I'm working from home and it's kind of 11 o'clock and I'm feeling a bit snacky. I wander downstairs and in the kitchen, out on the sides, so not even in the cupboards, not even in the fridge, out on the sides, there's a bowl, open bowl of crisps, okay, left over from yesterday's barbecue, okay, uncovered, super easy. I can just reach in within seconds. I can be satisfying that snacky desire I have, okay? Right, that's so easy. Or maybe there's an open bar of chocolate. The wrapping's been pulled away, it's broken up into little pieces, ready for me to just go ahead and bite it, okay, and get that delicious chocolate sensation, right? We can say the same about pizza being in the fridge, or you know, there's a glass of Pepsi on the side, whatever it is, okay? These kind of unhealthy snacks, all available, all ready, all out. If I go into the kitchen and let's say I'm on a diet or I'm trying to lose weight, that to me is a key time when you use up, you start to drain that finite resource of willpower, of motivation, okay? You're saying, no, I'm not going to have these things that I can so easily see and so easily go to grab. I'm going to use my motivation, use my willpower and say no to those things, okay? Instead, I'm going to go into the fridge, I'm going to pull out a cucumber, I'm going to wash it, I'm going to chop it up and I'm going to snack on that instead, okay? That's a case of using significant amounts of willpower to avoid unhealthy snacks. So now I've painted the picture. You know, maybe that sounds quite familiar. Maybe the things that are easy to get to in your house, in your kitchen, in your environment, okay? All these areas of your environment, whether it's your office, your car even, primarily your kitchen, let's be honest. These are all cases of your environment, okay? All of us have kind of failed at some point with that motivation or willpower when we've run out. Let's say we've woken up hungry, we've not had a good sleep, we're just like, oh, it's just there. You know, the crisps are there, the chocolate's there, I'm just going to eat those, and we kind of get through the whole thing because it's so easy and it's so delicious, right? How can we avoid that? Let's take a step back. What happens if I go into the kitchen and on the counter is some chopped up cucumber ready? Okay, I don't want that cucumber right now, but I open the cupboards and all I see is healthy, delicious food. I can't even see the chocolate. I can't even see the bag of crisps. You know, I look in all the cupboards, it's just not there, right? This would be a case of environment hacking, okay? We have tailored, we have switched, we have improved our environment to make fat loss easy without requiring willpower, okay? Because let's be honest, if there's no chocolate in the house, going to the shop, okay, it's going to be different distance for all of us, but for most of us, it's a bit of a faff. just for a little piece of chocolate. Going all the way to the shop, getting your wallet, putting your shoes on, walking, or getting in the car, driving, coming back. It's a long-winded process. And for many of us, we just have time either. Let's say it's the middle of a work day, and we just come down because we're feeling snacky, right? So if it's not there, we're not going to grab it. But best of all, we're not using any motivation here. We're not using any willpower. If we go into the kitchen and there's no crisps, there's no chocolate, and you can't find any, just is what it is, right? There's no chocolate. Okay, well, that's fine. You move on, you forget about it, it's gone. The urge will disappear, right? Be gone in a second. You could, if your environment is filled with healthy snacks, fresh fruit, chopped up vegetables, maybe a homemade hummus, maybe some leftover chicken bites, pieces of chicken with, I don't know, a beautiful salad that's already prepared, or maybe some hard-boiled eggs. If those things are ready, guess what you're going to choose, right? You're going to choose those things because they're easy. So environment hacking is all about tailoring your environment to making healthy choices easy, effortless, right? Without even thinking about it, because it's just there. You want to make healthy eating convenient rather than inconvenient. Because let's be honest, in the scenario where we walk into the kitchen, there's crisps and there's Coke and there's pizza and there's chocolate, and you've got some mouldy vegetables in the cupboard, so you actually have to go out to the shops to buy some vegetables or to buy a salad. That is so inconvenient, right? I wouldn't. I would be eating the snacky food then in that situation, because it's just so inconvenient to go and get the healthy food. So what you need to do is change the environment. Start to throw away those foods, or maybe as you get through them, just don't replenish them, okay? I'm not really one for throwing away food. So as you start to get through them, this isn't a free ticket to go and binge on everything. Eat it in moderation, maybe put it higher in the cupboard. This is a good tip actually. Put in chocolate. If you've got chocolate in the house, you know that you're going to have it for some point in time. Rather than removing it completely, put it in the back of the highest cupboard, out of sight. Because if you don't see it, then you will not need the motivation to make that decision against it. Okay? We can kind of almost trick ourselves, right? If I don't see unhealthy food, I don't need motivation to not choose that healthy food, right? It's when it's all out and super convenient and available. That's when I need to make that conscious decision not to eat it. But if there's no conscious decisions to be made, and it's just a case of, there's cucumber there, I'll have some cucumber. That's when things just get easy and effortless. We're all pretty lazy. Humans generally are pretty lazy, okay? So most of the time you'll find that you eat chocolate just because it's there, right? Literally just because it's out or because it's easy. You don't have to cook it, you don't have to boil it, you don't have to do anything with it. Just open the packet, off you go, bam, straight away. But if it was at the back of a cupboard in a jar that you had to unscrew, or maybe a box that you had to open every time you wanted a piece, you have to bring a chair from the lounge to stand on, to get to the back of the cupboard, to open the box, to open the chocolate to get a bite, to put it all back, to move the chair back. That's quite a lot of faff, right? I'm not saying humans are bad in any way, but I'm just saying we're quite lazy. Let's be honest, we're all quite lazy. And if I went into the kitchen and I was like, I want a piece of chocolate, but it's all the way up there. Okay, that doesn't matter, forget about it. Within seconds, that urge will go, okay? So think about how you can use human nature, our own laziness, to work with us and not against us, okay? Healthy food typically takes a little bit more prep. If we can buy pre-prepared stuff, or we can do a bit of preparation in advance when we're feeling more driven, more motivated, whatever word you want to use, then we can make those foods convenient for us instead of, when we're feeling lazy, going for that chocolate that's just out and about, okay? So think about how you can hack your environment and therefore completely remove the need for willpower, okay? Remember, if you can't see it, if you can't see the snacks, the chocolate, whatever it is, you're not going to need to make that conscious decision and say no to it, okay? And that conscious decision, that is when you use your finite resource of willpower and motivation. Okay, so if you can't see it, you don't need to worry about it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you found it really useful. Let me know below how you're going to be hacking your environment. I'm really curious. I'm sure there's always things I can learn from you guys. So let me know below. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.